Hey, my name is Brittany Trahan, and I am an account manager here at Explore Digital, and I have our fearless leader, Darci, here, and I wanted to just ask her a couple of questions. And the biggest thing that I love about working for this agency is because I know that from the top down, we care about our clients and their overall success. And I really wanted Darci to speak on that and just kind of give us a background on why. Why did she start Explore Digital back in 2014? And yeah, just a couple questions about that. So Darci, we'll just take it away. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, don't worry.
I do want to know, what made you decide to open your own digital agency in 2014?
It was out of need a little bit. So I worked in the agency world for a couple of years, and I absolutely fell in love with SEO and Google marketing, and I fell in love with the power to help businesses thrive.
Right.
So it was just really exciting that I could myself help move the needle and hear from businesses, oh, we got leads, we got business from Google. Everybody's telling us that that they're finding us on Google. Mm-hmm. And quite honestly, it feels like a superpower.
It does. It definitely.
But overall, I've just kept a lot of the emails over the years saying, thank you. You've done so much for my business. And it's about helping put food on the table and grow companies and essentially, provide practical solutions and a guide and roadmap to get there. So,
and you felt like other agencies, like the ones you worked at, weren't doing that
particular? So I am forever grateful to the agencies that I worked for, but I will say that transparency is something that I feel like agencies have a lot of trouble with.
For sure.
And I wanted ours to be very transparent. I wanted us to be very collaborative, because when you and the client have a really clear goal ahead of you that you both are working towards, magic happens.
Right. And I see it every day with the work we do right now. Now, what are the biggest differences that you have noticed since opening your own digital agency back, and as far as customer service and things that you're providing, since opening your own digital agency?
That's a really good question. Like, how has digital marketing kind of changed since? Or,
yes, like what kind of results are you seeing, whereas you maybe didn't before when you were in a different agency? Or, I mean, obviously being able to start your own agency, you have that power to create processes and to do the work right to get the results that you want. What differences did you see when creating your own agency?
I used to be very, very SEO focused. We're not that way solely anymore. Right. What we've had to do as an agency in the last 10 years is diversify. We're not just focusing on Google anymore. We're actually focusing more on Bing as well, because ChatGPT has emerged and AI has emerged. And what we're actually noticing with AI is it's even more powerful search. So it's actually an elevation of search marketing. Right. And we need to understand that. Additionally, there's more awareness platforms out there than ever before. So now we have YouTube, now we have TikTok. We don't just have Facebook anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And Facebook was always like, Facebook's definitely a good conversion platform,
sure,
but not a great awareness platform for free.
Yeah.
YouTube is a huge one. Reddit is now emerging as a big platform, and then getting awareness from a local and grassroots level. That's actually now often overlooked by a lot of businesses. And we have to remind businesses, you have to focus on your grassroots. You have to focus on your actual relationships, because relationships are also going to yield more referral business.
Right. And I guess you kind of know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
From Explore Digital. And I wonder, as far as the differences, really, it's just like before, and this is my own personal experience. I was kind of siloed into just Meta or Facebook, Instagram marketing, right? And I felt, and one of the reasons I moved over to Explore Digital was because I knew that I couldn't just be stuck here.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of times I see like silos and agencies of like, okay, this is your account manager for social. This is your account manager for paid Google, and having that whole holistic approach. And you're kind of talking about it earlier, but what do you envision as the next like marketing channels that we start exploring for our clients, given this ever-changing landscape.
What I will say, like, as far as, so like diversity and fragmentation are what have happened essentially over the last 10 years. Like now we have Pinterest specialists, TikTok specialists, you know, we have that fragmentation going on. And I think at the end of the day, we have to be able to take a step back and say, what's right for the business? We have all the tactics and we have, you know, but what's right for the business? In past years, what I've learned is, you know, clients will come to me and say, I really need SEO. Okay, tell me about how you arrived at that. Tell me about how you arrived at that, because I will always happily sell SEO services. However, what I've become more privy to is asking, well, how are people hearing about, like, what are you already doing? Because do you already have a paid strategy or an advertising strategy? Do you already, you know, where are we coming in to your marketing ecosystem? So, because there's other things that I would recommend. If I had known certain, like if if you have an email list but you're not leveraging it. If you and that's that really can bring ROI faster.
It seems like, because I see a lot of times, you know, instead of being an order taker and being like, okay, yes, we can do right? You're taking a step back and actually asking and doing a more consultative approach just based on your experience. And I do the same thing with my clients, like, you know, we want to start this or that or whatever. Okay, why? Right? And like, let's take a step back. So that consultative approach, I think that we do at Explore Digital is I love it. It's something that I just live for, because I think at the end of the day, we're all trying to just, you know, if our clients are successful, so are we. And we actually get, you know, fulfillment out of that, I think, in our personal lives too. Just taking that step back and just asking, well, why do you want this? And then I've found that, you know, back in the early days, it was not the right, you know, marketing channel for them or something. Do you have any experiences with that and what you've learned from, instead of just saying, yep, we'll go do SEO, let me get some content going right now, but taking a step back? Do you have an example of that?
I've gotten to a point where I almost don't sell SEO, just SEO anymore. And there's some really important reasons for that. So most of the time when a client comes to me and says, I want SEO, and first of all, always feel free to come to me and ask for SEO. I'll never just say no. But do you have a paid strategy? Are you already getting leads today? Do you need leads today? Or is this a channel that's okay to build up over a number of months? I have a client right now that I've been working with for a little while, but we formally started an SEO marketing program for them about 3 months ago. And every single meeting that I have with them, they say, the leads are not...
They're not there, right?
The leads are not there. However, the positions and the rankings are absolutely improving. They're absolutely, like, we went from page 6 for a keyword to page 2 at the top of, you know, in a month. You know, like really making some great headway. However, it's not leads today.
And they need
So we're doing
money.
our job. However, our job is also expectation setting. And so if you need leads today, you do not want SEO today. SEO is something that will, you know, it'll take 3 to 6 months to really see and feel, to actually feel those leads, versus like Google ads or YouTube ads or Meta ads or some sort of paid advertising push, more so guarantees that you're going to get leads right away. And so a lot of times I'll do a paid approach in the very beginning. And if we have the budget to do a paid approach and an organic approach at the same time, like SEO, we'll absolutely do that, because they'll see that bump to keep things going, to see that sales success, but then they'll really feel it once they get to the top of Google with SEO, because it's about 70 to 90% of users are clicking on the non-ads. But that means that 10 to 30% are clicking on the ads. So we can get clicks right away. But if you're not there, you're not going to get any clicks. So that's how I've refined how we sell, because I want to make sure that this is going to be profitable. There's going to be ROI tied to it. And if I can, I'd like to understand, what have you already done? What can we leverage already?
What's
so
worked,
that's why I take that step back, because sometimes people come to me and say that they need SEO, but they need maybe 1 or 2 more things first before we do SEO.
So
that makes sense. I always want to set up for success.
Yes.
Essentially. So you got to question these things.
Absolutely. What do you see, any new programs, channels, marketing programs or channels that you foresee EXD getting into?
I don't want to limit ourselves in terms of platform, but I think we need to understand what our goals and strategies essentially are, because we do have a lot more places to advertise now, and there's more advertising avenues than ever. But we need to understand, is this a touch point for awareness?
Right.
Is this a place to convert and get new customers from? Or is it a call to action that I need to put out so that they can Google me? So we need to understand, like, what is our what types of metrics are we trying to find on these platforms? Right. So I don't want to necessarily limit us to the platforms we support. However, new platforms that I've been taking a genuine interest in understanding is TikTok.
Of course.
Although, of course, with TikTok, it's it might go away. So a lot of businesses aren't willing to invest in it.
Right.
Which I understand. So that's pivoted to YouTube Shorts. Substack is actually one that's really recently emerged as a major platform for getting some awareness out. It's got great organic reach. Even Blue Sky. It's very interesting, how there's been even a little bit of a political divide as far as who hangs out where, and Blue Sky gets a lot of engagement as well. So again, I don't want to limit the platforms, but I think there are certain strategies that we can implement, especially from an ads perspective.
Right.
But it has to be valuable content. It has to be solving a problem. So messaging, I think, is key.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for answering my questions.
Yeah, totally.
And if y'all have any questions, please just drop us here below. I don't know. I don't even know what they... If you have any questions,
subscribe.
Just hit that subscribe button.
Smash the subscribe.
Just smash that subscribe. Reach out to us. We're always happy to talk. We love doing this.
Just like engaging. And if you have like frequently asked questions, if you have a question for us that you want us to genuinely answer, put it in the comments. Like, we're happy to.
Yeah.
We're all about helping our fellow Americans thrive and build really solid businesses.
Yeah.